see beyond. No, you see me on.
Yeah. First off, my name Toe, but it's really Tobe Chuku. Got a BM that keep my season, that keep me fruitful. Grew up wearing platinum FUBU on the Southwest eating fufu. And the hammer that I keep don't come with nails. Look, I ain't know who Bill Burr was until I met the man. Half my married to the street without a wedding band. I done peeped at all these rappers won't be secondhand. My pop said I'd be broken, barely eat. I should've bet the man. Yeah, cause I'm way, way, way up. Long ways from the days I evade valet stores. Couldn't pay nowadays. All the cake I make us is enough to buy about 100 trucks from Mercedes. I resage Chukwueze, then my babies. Label hit be trying to sway me, pay me. Wrote the game 2020, you can see it plainly. Can't nobody play me, I kill everything innately. At the helm of the mothership of drip, you can see me leaking. Shh, be quiet, a real speaking. Voice of God, every word I jot, feel the spirit breathing. Best new artist, but the way I cook, very seasoned. Everything around me moving, like bachata. Usher told me do it my way. Frank Sinatra.
Today, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New England Patriots taking on the New York Jets.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
To throw is Goff. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That one a first down pickup of 8. A shotgun snap for Goff. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, here's Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again is Goff. And incomplete. Great coverage there. He was in the perfect position defensively to make a play on the football, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They run for the first time here with Rachaad White, and he will have a Patriots first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
But wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Goff now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Goff. That's complete. Bernard. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Dio Odengbo drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a scoreless game. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying if he can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? But a long one, and he can't connect. We're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 53 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
Now Clark on 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On the counter, it's Bush. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
A throw over the middle, taken in. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And his kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Well, the numbers for White a week ago. 17 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak, and that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Opting to run again here with White, taken down at the 42. You talk about this Jets defense. It's quite a unit, #1 in the NFL against the pass.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. They'll try the air now with Goff. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And you know what else happened on that play? He just went past 45,000 career passing yards.
He's going to cherish that moment, but he's also going to celebrate it with so many different people. Guys he's playing with currently, guys he's played with in the past, especially offensive linemen who've kept him upright to throw the ball, receivers who've caught it. I mean, just so many people to embrace. And last but not least, a lot of coaches who called a lot of passing plays.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. So a decent game there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. 2nd and 16. Here's Goff. He finds his man, Sky Moore. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Goff now looks to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Will McDonald drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Cooper's first catch, and good for a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They give to Bush going right. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2nd and 9. Here's a toss. Bush to the left. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Clark. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The drive starts with a run by White. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They run the draw play. This is White. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground with White. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now Goff. That is caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. White running to the left. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Goff. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now it's Goff. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. So that, a definite deflator there on the interception.
Yeah, you work your way down the field thinking you're in position for a go-ahead score, but all it takes is one errant throw, and this one winds up a turnover.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Clark. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Looking to throw. Clark. He finds his man. Complete. That's Bush. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Clark looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson's got it complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Clark. Throw out wide is incomplete. Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
Dayo Odangbo. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin with a couple of teams that have met twice in Super Bowls going back to the 70s and 80s. Washington on the road to take on Miami. And it's the Dolphins who have the lead in that one. Tyreek Hill, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Former #1 overall pick Joe Burrow with a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. 3 touchdown passes there for Jalen Hurts.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Bush trying the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Off the play fake. Clark. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Here's Clark. Throwing on first down. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Christian Barmore getting in there to drop him.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. On the delay, it's Bush. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to...
Pressure comes and down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. Clark.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's the Jets punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Patriots take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Now a play fake, and it's Goff.
This one is caught. It's Moore.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll go up the middle with White, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Goff now looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Dayo Odeyingbo
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Jake Moody now on for the field goal.
From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals. So here are the Jets now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Clark.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Now Clark to throw on first down, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Looking to throw. Clark, he finds his man, complete. That's Bush. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll try and run for the first with Bush. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Clark
Throwing quickly to Wilson.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They run up the middle with Bush. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Off the bootleg. Clark.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he returns this to the 22.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. On the run, it's Bush. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Clark caught by Wilson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 41-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And he's taken down inside the 30. They'll hand it off to Bush. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A handoff as they run the counter play. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked on with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. This is Bush. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. And his kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. New England's offense set to go.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Goff. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New England. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
And the Jets will take over.
And New York set to take the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Clark now throwing to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. A give. This is Bush. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now Clark on 3rd down.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10. New England trying to get a place on offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that is incomplete here. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. It's White. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Goff. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down, make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough 1st downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
They'll keep it in the hands of Bush. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Back to throw. Clark.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it with Bush. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he will have a Jets 1st down, and that should just about do it.
And they take a knee.
2nd and 11 now.
Now a handoff up the middle. Bush trying to run inside, but nothing there. The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take the knee. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting into midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Giants, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.